It's no point for us to damage the areas that we harvest our seaweed from. It wouldn't be a very good business model for us. So it's really important that we look after our ecosystem and everything that's growing and living around the seaweed. I'm half Japanese, but I grew up in New Zealand, and the ocean has always been close to my heart. And so has eating seaweed, because I was lucky enough to have a mum that cooked Japanese food every single day, and seaweed was on the plate every single day. I originally met Angelita when we were studying physiotherapy and doing our masters in Australia, and we always said, we should start a business together. But little did we know that it would be a seaweed company. I lived in London for many, many years and worked as a physio and travelled around with some of the British Olympic teams. But it was on a visit to see Angelita in Oslo that I met my now husband and ended up moving and living in Lofoten. And it was actually when my mum was visiting me and my family in Lofoten, and Angelita went out and picked all the types she'd read about and learnt about and took them home to my kitchen. And my mum looked at it and she said straight away, "This is kombu, this is nori, this is wakame." And she knew all the Japanese names, and she also knew how to prepare them in our foods. So she made all these incredible Japanese dishes with Japanese sauces and flavours with our seaweed. And I knew that if she was going to give us feedback, it would be true and honest. We sat down and we all tasted it, and we looked at my mum and said, "What do you think?" And she said, "It's really good." And it was kind of at that moment that was like the last piece of the puzzle that was missing to have the confidence to go forward. But when we understood we also had a good product and we had access to it everywhere, we decided that we would start the company. And since then, it's not just my mum that's given us good feedback, but we've had triple Michelin star chefs from all around the world using our seaweed and ordering from us. And we've been involved with the Bocuse d'Or cooking competition in Lyon. And yeah, we've been very, very lucky that we've got many enthusiastic seaweed lovers using our seaweed. So we have a sustainable harvesting protocol, which means that we monitor all the seaweed we take from the ocean and check that it's growing back again. So part of the protocol is to cut the seaweed above the growth zone. When we're on a seaweed patch, we don't take all the seaweed, we always leave some behind. And we rotate our patches. We're not going back again and again and really removing all the seaweed over and over again. We're letting it grow back again. So then every time we harvest, we have a database and we record all the seaweed we take, and then we go back the next year and check that it's growing back again. And the cool thing is that what we've seen so far after 5 years of data is that the seaweed is actually growing back more in the places that we've been to before. So we're pretty proud of the system that we've developed, and we look forward to having even more years of data under our belt so that we can run a real analysis through it and make sure that we really are sustainably harvesting.